live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are. We are live on Facebook. What's up, everybody? It is April Joy here. I am so incredibly excited. And I'm just excited that we have made it to episode 12 of the Liberation Lounge. Thank you so much for all of you that are joining us live today. For those of you that are watching us on replay, let us know in the comments if you are watching us live or on replay. But this is a very, very special episode, not because only because this is episode 12 and we have been doing the Liberation Live every single week for the last 3 months, but because I have a very special guest on here today, which I'm so honored and so privileged to have her. She is my sister from another mister. I am so grateful that I not only call her friend, I do call her sister. She has been someone who I have honored, respected. I've had the privilege of working with, collaborating with on multiple projects. She is one of the smartest businesswomen that I know, one of the most heart-centered people that I know. And not only is she a new published author, y'all. So I'm going to let her talk more about that here in just a minute. But here in the Liberation Lounge, we have real talk with real women. We're going to have a very real sister girl conversation today that you guys get an opportunity to be the fly on the wall. So get ready to be loved on, inspired, and uplifted, because that's what we do here at the Liberation Lounge. So ladies and our allied gentlemen, please help me welcome to the virtual stage none other than my dear sister, Miss Tia Rochelle. Tia, how are you doing today?
Hey, sister. I am blessed. I am super excited to be here today with you, first and foremost, my sister. Anytime that I'm able to share in space with you is a good day. So I'm super excited.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you so much for being here. And so, for those that may not know you or may not know, kind of your story, okay, maybe
Mhm.
we can just start with that, just kind of your introduction, who you are, what you do, and the amazing things that you have done, especially recently, just so people can get a chance to know you a little bit better.
Yes, 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 yes. So, for those that I've not had the pleasure and privilege of meeting, my name is Tia Rochelle. I always say I first and foremost, I am a wife of
Mhm.
24 years and queen mother of five. That is my
Yes.
first role.
Yes.
Outside of that, I own a little company called Jahni-Spot Concierge, and we are a executive concierge and event management company. I am also a published author, following after my big sis after her footsteps. But I am a published author and I am a creative. I'm a lover of souls. That's what I am. I'm a lover of
Yes.
souls. I'm a lover of anything that we as the human being can do creatively, put out there. That's just me. So,
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So for those of you that are not familiar with Miss Rochelle's book, you can find her book on Amazon. You can also find it if you're local to Cincinnati at Joseph Beth Booksellers, right? Is it at Joseph? Yeah,
yes.
at Joseph Beth Booksellers. If you're local to the city, you can certainly feel free to pick up your copy there, but please do support. Please do support, and you will be blessed. I am sure. I look forward to getting my copy when we meet up next week. So I'm really excited
I
to
got
get
you.
my copy. So today's topic is liberation in your life's journey. Liberation in your life's journey. That's what we're going to be discussing today. And for those of you that topic just resonates with you, I want you to just put a heart in the comments if that topic resonates with you, because I think as we go through different phases of our life, right? And we all go through different phases. We go through peaks and then we go through valleys. But to be able to be in a state of liberation, Paul in the Bible says, I can do all of these things through Christ who strengthens me. So I'm not going to preach to you, but I am going to teach you today, because that is a very important principle. When Paul said, I can do all of these things through Christ that strengthens me, what he was saying is, I can do all these things whether I'm rich or I'm poor, whether I'm famous or nobody knows my name. I can do all of those things, right? Because my strength comes from a different source,
It's a different engine.
right? Not from accolades or recognition or because I got a lot of money in the bank, right? I want to frame the conversation with that because I think that's very, very important. So when we talk about liberation in life's journey, that scripture came to me because I think it's so critical for us to understand that regardless of where you are in
Mhm.
your life, you have the choice to be in a state of liberation. So I'd love to start with that. Like, what was your defining moment in your life journey where you realized that, you know what? I am either choosing to step into a state of liberation, or did you have a moment when you said, you know what? I need to step into more of a liberated state in my life. What did that look like for you?
That's such a great question to start with. And it's something that I've been talking to my therapist about, right?
Hmm.
I'm a therapy girl, so I love
Absolutely.
therapy. But I've been talking to my therapist about this. But if I can think about, and just something that has been on my spirit for
Mm.
quite some time right now, with my own liberation journey
Yeah.
and the journey that I am blessed to be a part of with others.
Yes.
It is, I think for me, it was the freedom of stepping outside of other people's expectations of me for me, period. Like hard stop, period. I was so caught up in the expectation that other
Yeah.
people were placing on me for me.
Yes. Yes.
And I was caught up living in that cycle. I was caught up trying to appease
Mm.
everyone, trying to be the person that they had in their mind that I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And I had to stop. I had to free myself from people,
Yeah.
and free myself from people's expectation, because people can have the expectation of you that is at 100 and they only got an expectation of themselves that's at 10.
Right? Say it.
So it's like, why am I trying to live up to this major expectation of you? Number one, you who is not the author and finisher of my faith,
Right. Right.
is not my help,
Yeah.
is
Yes.
not that friend in the midnight hour,
Yeah.
not my spouse, is not
Yeah.
my, is not.
Yeah.
So it's like, why am I trying to live up to those expectations? That was probably in this season that I'm in, that was probably
Yes.
the most defining moment of being able to walk in freedom and liberation for me. I had to
That,
step outside of other people's idea of me for me.
yes. Yes. That is, um, we could go down a deep rabbit hole on that, but I know we try and keep the show to 30 minutes. But this is what I will say is that, and I think, and ladies that are watching this live or on replay, I know a lot of folks watch this on replay because they're at work and running their businesses and whatnot. But I want you to really like hear what she just said, because I think especially as women, there are a lot of expectations placed upon us,
Mhm.
whether it's through our parenting, it's the way that we're serving our clients, it's all of these things, right? Where at the end of the day, we can begin to lose ourselves in that process, right? And we don't connect with what our true authentic want is, what our true authentic power is, because we have gotten so caught up in the expectations that other people have tried to place on us us,
For us,
for us.
for us. And you lose yourself. You
Yes.
lose yourself. You lose everything about you. You lose your spirit, your soul, your
Yeah.
authenticity. You lose what makes you different. You
Yes.
lose what I found myself doing. I started losing the very thing that made me special, that God
Mm,
created me to be. I
mm,
started losing I love to think, when I think about the uniqueness of me, right?
mm-hmm.
And the uniqueness that God has created all of us. He numbered
Yes.
every single hair
Right.
on our head.
Mm-hmm.
He created us in our mother's womb.
Yeah.
So he knows us so delicately and intricately, and he designed us to be exactly who we are
Yeah.
alone and apart from anything else in his
Yeah.
image. So
Yeah.
why then am I, if I was already created to be
Yeah.
perfectly imperfect
Mm-hmm.
in the divine perfections image,
Yes.
why would I allow other imperfect souls to come and then
Yes.
cast their stuff on me? I can't do that. Like I
Yes.
just I cannot operate fully as Tia as that.
Yes.
And I got to the point that I was willing to walk away from everything and
Mm-hmm.
everyone
Yes.
that would not respect or honor
Yeah.
um the genuineness or the person of Tia without them having to cast what they thought I should be on me.
Yes. 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 1,000%. And so I think that leads us so well into the next part of this conversation. I mean, honestly, we could be done right now. That right there is, I think we're like 90% of often our stress comes from as women
Mhm. Mhm.
is trying to live up to these other expectations that other people have placed upon us. And I went through that, right? When I made my transition and I had to get to a very similar place where I said, you know what? I know that I call it people see you a certain way.
A
That's what I call
certain way.
they see you a certain way. And because they see you a certain way and how they've known you in this way, it can be a little unsettling for people when you actually do begin to recognize and
Yeah.
honor who you want to be and who you choose to be and how you want to show up,
How you want to show up.
right?
And then people will hold you in boxes. They will like pigeonhole
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's very freeing, honestly. Ladies watching this, it is very freeing to operate from that state of purity in what you want to do, regardless of what other people may think. There is so much freedom in that space if you just accept it because it's available to you,
It is
right?
available.
It's available to you, but you have to understand what may come along with that, which is it may make other people be a little uncomfortable,
A
right? And
lot
this
of
is
a
where
lot, a lot of
yeah.
uncomfort, not a little. And I had to, you know what's funny about that? I had to just tell someone the other day, I said, if my confidence offends your insecurities, if my confidence in me and who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and not worried about fitting into the mold that you have cast on me and offends your
Mm-hmm.
insecurities, then that's a personal problem.
That's a personal problem.
That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with me. And I need you to go seek help on that.
Yeah. Very well said. So good. So good. So let's keep it moving here. So we actually already went into the second one about how we break free right from these limitations, but let's talk about fear for a second. Let's
Mm.
talk about fear. Whew.
You know,
Okay,
this is
so
my thing. I've dealt with that.
yes, so let's talk about fear. Fear is often one of the biggest roadblocks, the biggest obstacles that we face when it comes to how we want to show up, right?
Mhm.
So how did you kind of navigate that journey to liberation when it comes to fear? Because sometimes fear is not fear of failure. Sometimes it's fear of actually like getting too bright,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, well, what if I get too bright? You
Oh,
know,
it's real. It
it's real.
that's
So
a
talk about that.
real thing. Um,
Yes.
it's funny because these are things that I'm currently dealing with in life, and I remember at the front of my mind, a lady spoken to me. I was at a women's conference, and she said, "When fear shows up, you tell it to go have a seat and watch."
Ooh.
And that did something to me. She said, "You tell it go sit over there and watch." And I was like, I can talk to fear like it did something to me because I deal with
Oh,
fear. I don't deal it, and it's not fear of like people and fear like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? No, no, no. It's fear of success.
Yeah.
It's fear of when you've lived in trauma your whole life,
Yes.
it's fear of getting out of that. It's fear of being able to overcome certain things that have had you bound. It's fear
Yes.
of moving forward and breaking curses. As much as we say we want to
Yep.
break things, we are attached to some things, and the
It's true.
comfort and security of being in those things, it's a weight within itself.
It
I have
is.
been so paralyzed
Mm-hmm.
of specifically
Mm-hmm.
fear of success.
Yep.
I mean, it was like I would get right there, then I would be like,
Mm-hmm.
nope,
Yep.
I don't, nope, I don't want it. What are people gonna say? Are people gonna think
Yep.
I'm this? Or people gonna
Yep.
no? When God told me, God had to sit me down and said, "It's a smack in my face how you
Yes.
handle
Yes.
me in your life.
Yes.
You are so afraid of what other people are gonna say, what they're gonna think,
Yep.
how they're gonna
Yep.
react. But if I'm doing this for you, what does it matter?
What does it matter?
What does it matter? That's a smack in my face."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when God said, when the Holy Spirit said that to me, I felt so disrespectful.
Yes.
It was like, oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I disrespecting you when you're the one I prayed and asked you for certain things? And then I had to start praying to get it outside of myself. I had to start praying, God, your desires of your heart for me. So then when he
Yes.
started giving me and granting me and blessing me with the desires of my heart, of his heart
Yep.
for me, it was different.
Yep.
So I can't keep operating in fear.
Yep.
And this is something that I deal with daily. This is something that I deal with. This is something that I'm working through. I mean, it's a daily thing for me. But fear is
So true.
something to me that will paralyze you
Yeah.
and will have you stuck in a space that you were supposed to graduate and move from moons and centuries ago.
Moons ago.
And when that woman said, you tell fear to get over there, have a seat and watch, anytime I feel that thing creeping up on me now, I'd be like, I don't have a seat.
Right.
Go on, have several seats. Have several seats and watch what the Lord, thus saith the Lord.
Yes. 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 And I'm so grateful that you shared that because I got to tell you that freed some people up. I mean, that
Yeah,
even peeled back another layer just even inside my own spirit, right?
yeah.
But I think that really freed some people up today because those are the things that will often paralyze us and we stay stuck and we don't understand why we're so stuck. And oftentimes we're stuck truly out of fear of if I get too bright, if I get too
If I get to,
big, if I get too bright, what are other people going to think? So we subconsciously keep ourselves smaller, right?
we keep ourselves
Just
here. We
yes.
dim our own lights.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate ourselves.
Yeah.
We put a cap on what we can do or how we
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So good. Oh my gosh. If y'all are getting a lot out of this, I want you to go into the comments and just show Tia some love because this is just such a powerful and needed conversation. We're not having these conversations enough, honestly, enough, which is why I'm so excited to keep this conversation going. So let's talk about, um, oh, this is big, redefining success and redefining happiness, right?
Mm.
And I got to tell you, I've been having this conversation with different friends of mine about this age of social media that we're in, where everybody puts on the face of like, oh, everything is great, right? Everything is great. And it's like, oftentimes things are not as great as people are projecting, right? But it's because there are these societal standards of, oh, I have to be in a new country every week, or I'm not living a great life, or I have to be, purchasing this new property, or all these things that society says that if you do these things, then people will pay attention and you are now deemed a success, right? So, talk to us about how society pushes this very particular definition of what success is supposed to look like, and how you found liberation from that and said, no, I get an opportunity to define what success and happiness looks like for me. Share with us how that process unfolded for you.
I had the opportunity to speak at the Her Tribe brunch last week, and it was a
Yes.
beautiful experience. But one of the first things that I said was, don't let these pretty Instagram and Facebook pictures fool y'all.
What? Uh-oh.
Don't let don't let these pretty pictures with a little caption and some music fool y'all. I'm a whole real woman.
Yep.
I'm a whole real mama. I'm a whole real entrepreneur out here.
Yep.
I struggle daily.
Yeah.
I go
Daily.
through. I deal with life. Life be lifing for
Yep.
me just as it does for anybody else. Don't let that little 1/10,
Yep.
1/100, 1/1000th of my world that I show y'all on social media. Don't let that make y'all think that I'm just up here living the lavish life.
Right.
That's not what it is.
Yeah.
That's not what it is. And I think that um number one, I think there's a mindset on the person, and then there's something that the world puts on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because what I've learned is that I had to become free of that measure of success. Like every time I see someone out, I could be out, in the grocery store, I could be looking a whole mess, right? Got
Yeah.
got crust in my eyes because I
Right.
just jumped in the car and dropped my kids off.
Right.
And the moment I see somebody, they would have probably seen five or the last couple of Facebook posts. Oh my goodness, congratulations. Congratulations on what, girl? I'm not feeling good. I got a headache. My kids,
Yeah.
I'm out little Houston. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Let me be. Let me live. Right?
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
be. I
Yeah.
wake up just like you. I
Yeah.
put on my pants just like you. I
Yeah.
deal with life just like you. Matter of fact, I'm on a payment plan with my water bill just like you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So
Yes.
for me, success is, how is my mental health doing?
Oh my
Like, don't keep
gosh.
coming at me, looking at me with these pretty pictures I post
Yeah.
after one of my events
Yeah.
and think that that's life. That's
Yeah.
nothing but 1 second of a moment that I took a cute picture.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me. Why don't you ask me what success is? Success for me, did I wake up depressed this morning? How did I manage
What?
my anxiety this week? Did I speak in a loving manner to my husband and my children this week?
Yeah.
Did I choose me daily?
Yeah.
Did I pray?
Yeah.
Did I take a walk?
Yeah.
When I had to call these bill collectors back, did I
Yeah.
do it in a spirit of love, or did I come at
Yeah.
them on some mess?
Right.
Like, let's be real. How was that? What have I had to deal with my health this week?
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, that's success. It's
Yeah.
not all this stuff that you see, all this fluff online. I let y'all see what I want y'all to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
But trust me, you don't get to see the moments where I'm counting at the grocery store. Okay,
Yeah.
we might have to put these 5 items back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Success for me is, was I able to feed my children, pay my
Yes.
bills, pay two
Yeah.
college tuitions?
Yeah.
Both of my babies are sound in mind. Make sure they're not
Yes.
dealing with those crises that we deal with in life. Or is
Yeah.
that success for me?
Yes.
And I literally just had this conversation. I mean, it's just like I'm so tired. And again, this goes back to what people put on you,
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just from what they optically see.
Yes. It's the optics.
But
Yep.
you haven't spent a day in the life of me. You haven't come to my home. You haven't, the
Yep.
real people who know you.
Yep.
Oh, it's a blessing.
It's true.
Because the success and the accolades that people will hold you to will drive you
Yeah.
mad.
Drive you
It will have you
mad.
out here moving in a way that you cannot even be authentic with yourself.
Yes.
And that's just what I choose not to do anymore, which is why
Yeah.
I'm on a sabbatical right now. I
Mm-hmm.
am taking time for Tia. I am
Yes.
taking time to assess how I want to show up, when I
Yeah.
want to show up, why I want to show up. If I
Yeah.
don't want to show up, I'm not showing up. If I do want to show up, I want to get my face done today, I will. If
Yeah.
I don't,
Don't.
y'all gonna see all this beautiful
Right.
freckles and pigmentation. Y'all gonna see it
Yeah.
all because I'm
Yeah.
living free and I'm
Yes.
liberated
Yeah.
from the ideals that people put on you. And it's interesting because a lot of people will say, well, is that people who don't know? People who know you will do the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's the ones that are like your family. You'll be like, huh?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now you
Yes.
know me, but you are stalking me
Right.
online, and you think that that's what I'm trying to show. No,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
no, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
live every day just like you do. I got
Yeah.
kids that come home and talk back to me. Me and my
Yeah.
husband may wake up and we not want to be in the same vicinity of each other. My
Yeah.
dog going crazy. I got
Yeah.
rude neighbors on us. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with
Yeah.
life just like you. So my success is how, ask me how I'm doing.
Yes.
Ask me, have
Yes.
I gone through the re-up and have I gotten my life together?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't let none of this stuff fool y'all. And if you do, shame on you
Yeah.
for not having more common sense.
And I love this conversation because this is one of the issues that we have right now in the age of social media. We've got kids that are getting depressed because they're comparing themselves to this falsified life that they think this other person has,
It's
and it's
horrible.
like, yo, this stuff is not real. Like,
It's
don't
not
don't
real.
don't get it twisted.
It is
Don't get
not
it
real.
twisted.
I tell my
Yeah.
children this every day. I say, do not get caught up in what y'all see.
Yep.
That's why you can see somebody doing so well online on social media one day and they will commit suicide the next day.
Suicide. Yes.
Don't
Real.
get
That's
caught
real.
up in that. I remember when I first got on social media, it took such a mental toll on me. I was
Yeah.
depressed. I called my cousin Stacy and I was telling her, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm comparing myself. My life don't look what
Yeah.
she said, girl, shut that app down.
Yep.
And when I shut it down and I realized, like, literally, it was like, oh,
Mm.
so this is only real if I make it real to me. But once
Yes.
I shut it down, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. We have too much to live for.
Yes.
We have too much life to live.
Yes.
And I refuse to do it for the likes, for the measure of success
Yeah.
that people
Mm-hmm.
put on you. I refuse to do it for my children. I have to
Mm-hmm.
show them the real.
Yes.
You all cannot get caught
Exactly.
up in this social media life. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in
Mm-hmm.
what other people make look like that. Because that person's dealing. I can look in their eyes. I can look at it. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a
Yeah.
very spiritually in tune being. I
Mm-hmm.
can look in a person's eyes and know everything they're struggling with.
Yeah.
I can look into your soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell my kids, my family, I tell myself, even if I get caught up or starstruck or caught up looking at someone's lifestyle the way it
Mm-hmm.
appears, baby, please.
It's the truth.
I was born at night, not last night. I've been married. I've
Right.
24 years in April. Don't play with me. That thing ain't all that. It be
It's
days,
yeah. Yeah.
but that's life.
It's
I've been a
life.
mother for 24 years. It's days. I say
Yeah.
hashtag F these kids.
You're right.
It's days. And
Yes.
I consider myself to be the mother of all mothers. I call myself
Yes.
queen mother, and I know I'm
Yeah.
a hell of a mom. I'm
Yeah.
one of those old school mamas.
Yeah.
But it's days.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in this stuff. Do not
Yeah.
get caught up in the false life that people are
Mm-hmm.
putting in front of you and saying that's success.
It's so good, Tia, because for so many reasons, right? It's like I love what you said about how you're defining success. Am I waking up and if my anxiety is on 10, I don't care if I got 300 likes on that post from yesterday. If my anxiety is on 10 and if my marriage is messed up and I got a kid that I'm trying to get off of amphetamines. Like, I don't care how many likes that I got on that reel yesterday. What matters is the health and the well-being, mentally, physically, and in my
Emotionally,
relationships. Yes, emotionally.
spiritually.
Yes, spiritually. That's what really matters. And I'm telling you, ladies, for those of you that are watching this live on replay, that is the moment when you become free.
That's freedom.
You become free when you are liberated from all of that, all of those expectations, the comparison, right? I posted something a few days ago where I said it feels so good to no longer be bound,
Come
to be
on.
bound by the need for validation, recognition, or an award. But I can wake up every day in purpose and in vision and feel good over here in my 1,100 square foot apartment in peace.
Let me tell you something.
What?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You just said a whole word. A whole word, sis. I'm good over here.
I'm good over here.
I don't need it.
Mm-mm.
Like when I tell you that is so, I remember, um, and you know my story, honey. You know
Yes.
deep into my story. Like
Yeah.
when I feel like that, if I'm having to, I will give it up.
Yeah.
And I have,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and God has
Mm-hmm.
restored.
Yes.
But when I tell you something, I remember I was talking to God, after moving back home,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the place where I was like, God, I'm ready for a new house. Like we've been in this house 17 years. I've
Mm-hmm.
raised all of my babies in this house. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired. I need a new house.
Mm-hmm.
When my husband and I separated, I
Yep.
left the house. He left. We tried to
Mm-hmm.
sell it. It didn't sell. We ended
Mm-hmm.
up, you restored our family and we
Yep.
came back home.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
I said, but I'm tired.
Right.
I should be in this type of place.
Yes.
And you know what God said to me?
What?
Said, by whose measure of success? Like who are you
Ooh,
measuring yourself up against?
ooh.
And I was like, well, so and so got a big old this and they got and he said, tell me who has been able to walk away from everything,
Mm,
almost lose everything,
everything.
physically, mentally, emotionally, health-wise, everything,
Yeah. Yeah.
marriage, children, everything,
Yeah.
money, everything. I restore it all to you
Yes.
and I send you back home
Yeah.
to the place where your love was
Yeah.
grounded, to the place where
Yeah.
without any hesitation, like
Yeah.
you were able to go back
Yeah.
to the place that grounded your family.
Mm,
And you're telling
mm,
me that you're worried about not having,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by whose measure? Tell me who could have done that
Mm-hmm. Right.
after losing everything.
Everything.
And you go back to a place where you ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So either you're going to look at this in a different lens, or I could truly
Mm-hmm.
take it all away. And I was like, oh no, God, no, I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
good.
I'm good. I'm
I
good.
thank you. Thank you. I am good. And
Yes.
you know what? I'm gonna be a good steward over what I have
Yes. Exactly.
until you're ready to take us to that next.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
what you just showed me was my family is back.
Yeah.
My marriage has been restored.
Yeah.
My children are healthy again,
Yeah.
mentally, and I'm sitting here worried about I'm supposed to have a bigger house. He said, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I restored all that the enemy took from you.
Yeah.
Restored it all literally. And
Yeah.
you're worried about the look of success.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you ain't got to worry about that no more. I'm not worried.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good.
I'm actually really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting things into perspective for me.
Yes. And we have to understand that God can see out like 10, 20 decades, centuries, eons ahead of time because there is no concept of time in the
Of
eyes of
time in
God,
his
right?
world.
Right. And so it's like we get so caught up in our emotions and what we think things should look like. And when I go back and I rewind the tape on decisions that I wanted to make, things that I wanted to have happen because I felt like I had deserved it. I have earned
Deserved.
this. I've earned this, right? And when I think back, I'm like, oh, I was so off. It's not even funny.
And
Like
I'm
I
glad
was,
that he didn't give me.
yes, exactly. Exactly. I'm so glad in hindsight. So we just really, that's where trust really comes in, y'all. We've got
Mhm.
to understand the divine process that's actually unfolding within our lives. And I count it all as grace that certain things that I thought I wanted
Oh,
with
goodness.
with certain people or in certain
Girl,
circumstances,
you got me having, I got goosebumps on me right now.
I'm like, I'm so glad none of that stuff happened
I'm
now.
so glad you did not listen to me when I
Exactly.
thought I was making declaration of the desires of my heart, because that was not it.
That was not it. That was not it. I even just think back, even as little as a year ago, right? Even as a little as a year ago, just a year, right? A year ago, I was having conversations with my mother's mortgage lender, the lady who got my mom into her first house, right? And I was like, "Yup, I'm ready. I'm divorced. I'm ready. My mom got her freedom house. I want my freedom house. My mom, when she went to her divorce and she wanted her freedom house and she got her house, and I'm ready for my freedom house." Okay?
I know.
And now I fast forward 12 months later, honey, I don't even know if I'm gonna be in Cincinnati,
Child,
right?
listen.
And I'd be stuck with a 30-year mortgage at a 6.5% to 7% interest rate
In your freedom house.
in my freedom house. Now I'm like, I don't even know if I want to be in the States,
You're going to be
you know,
stuck in your freedom.
stuck in your freedom. So, I have just really learned to wait on God.
Yes, yes,
And that's
yes.
really what you're talking about. It's just like that trust, that just letting go, that surrender. It's like that
Mhm.
surrender of the divinity in our lives and just understanding that there is a perfection in that divinity that we cannot even begin to comprehend or
Nope,
predict,
nope,
right?
nope, nope.
And if we can just learn to live in that and to surrender to that, and then when I began to see my life unfold in some very beautiful ways after I got over myself, right? And I just said, you know what, April, you just need to chill. Just chill out.
Chill out.
Just chill out.
You be doing the most.
Be doing the most.
Like, and I'm talking to you and me. We sisters. We be doing the most
Be
sometimes.
doing the most. Be doing the most. So yeah, I'm
That is
I'm
that
just
is so beautiful.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I know that we are setting some folk free
Come
today.
on.
Okay.
But see, that's what this thing is about, sis.
It
This is
is.
about, as I look at the journey of our lives, God wants us to live in freedom. We should
Yes.
not be bound
Yes.
by
Yes.
anything, especially anything man-made. Like it
Yeah.
just he wants us to live authentic lives,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
free lives. He wants
Yeah.
us to be able to worship him in the freeness of our worship,
Yes.
because I'm a
Yeah.
worshiper.
Yes.
He wants us to be able to praise him in the freedom of our praise. He wants us to be able
Yes.
to live and walk in freedom. Like even when I find myself taking a walk, sometimes you could feel bound up in your own body,
Mm-hmm.
your own mind. I have to just stop and I just say, God,
Yeah.
create in me a clean heart, renew a right spirit in me. Take this
Yeah.
mind in me and do, because I can't, like, if I'm walking and I can't even free my mind to just hear what God is saying to
Yes.
me, and I got
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff running through my mind and my heart, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I really do desire to be clear.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
desire clarity. I desire freedom. And maybe it's a part of my sign, honey, because you know I'm a Sagittarius,
Yeah.
and we're like butterflies. We cannot be caged.
Right.
But but I really truly do believe that God has designed and created us to live in a place of freedom, to live in a
Yeah.
place of the abundance of freedom.
Yes.
Like just
Yes.
where everything that you do, everything that you are,
Yeah.
everything that you are being called to be
Yeah.
is on a different plane. Like
Yeah.
nothing should be hindered by
Mm-hmm.
anyone or anything. And oftentimes we do it to ourselves. It's that imposter syndrome. It's that
We do. Mm-hmm.
we put those limitations on us, you
Yep.
know, and
Yep.
and that's just something I'm trying to break, not only within myself, but in my children and my marriage and
Yep.
my professional walk.
Yep.
I remember when I left P&G. No, I'm sorry, when
Mm.
I left GE to start my company.
Okay.
This is a clear professional showing of freedom.
Yeah.
I left, I was, you know, I'm a corporate girl at heart, so I'm two-time P&G or one-time GE.
Mm-hmm.
And when I left, I started my company and everything was done right. Like everything
Mm-hmm.
looked like we were in corporate. It was
Mm-hmm.
everything had it was I's dotted, T's crossed. The
Mm-hmm.
presentations were pristine. Like it
Yep.
was perfect. And then we began to try to do business. And
Mm-hmm.
we were operating slow as hell, like
Yep.
a corporate entity. And I was like, well, God, even though we were in the pandemic, then we got to the, and I'm like, God, well, why are things not moving the way that I want them to move? He said, ain't nobody tell you to leave corporate and still act corporate.
Mm. Mm.
You left corporate and you still are moving at a corporate snail pace in your
Yes.
entrepreneurial journey, which does not require that.
It's
Why
not.
are you still feeling like you got to wake up and put this on and that? And
Yeah.
no, 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 no. You're an entrepreneur now.
Yes.
Ain't nobody clocking you.
Yeah.
You show
Mhm.
up the way that you feel free in your spirit to show up. And you need to
Yes.
move free. You need to
Yes.
move in a way that is not going to hinder and bind your business.
Yeah.
You're not a $50 million company.
Right.
So why are you moving bound up like that?
Yes.
You don't have a million checks and balances and got to go through
Mm-hmm.
this leadership team and that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was creating all this stuff like I was like, what in the world am I doing? And the moment I freed myself from that mindset and
Yeah.
mentality, my business
Yeah.
began.
Yeah.
My business started to shift.
Mm-hmm.
I became more nimble, more quick. I
Yes.
started thinking
Yes.
about things differently.
Yeah.
I started making
Mm-hmm.
decisions differently. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to go through all this chain of command. I'm the chain of command.
The chain of command.
What are we doing here? Like, why do we have to have a meeting to prepare for the meeting for the meeting?
Right.
No, let's just get that shit done. But it's the mentality that I
The
had,
mentality. Yeah.
that I had to get outside of.
Yes.
This is what success looks like,
Mm-hmm.
when in
Mm-hmm.
reality it wasn't.
So good.
I had to get
So,
free.
so good.
I had to
So,
get
so good. Absolutely. So let's talk about as we wrap up here, if you were just to like what is a mantra? Like if you were just to share a mantra or an affirmation or like a way of being where you're like, when I'm in that headspace, when I'm in that heart space where I'm just like where you might feel yourself kind of getting a little lost in the sauce,
Mhm.
right? Like if you could leave our audience with just like a mantra or just something that just anchors you, right? My brother Kurt and I talk about that often. Like what is the thing that you can say to yourself that just anchors you into your truth, right? What would be that thing or some of those things that you say to yourself just to reposition you, re-anchor you in your truth so that you can move forward in that love and grace and really that self-love, right? Without being bound by all of those societal expectations and constraints.
It's very simple, and I say this
Mm-hmm.
all the time, but it's very simple. It's something my grandmother told me, and I literally say this in my own life. I say this to my children, my friends and family. Just keep living.
Mm.
It's so simple.
Yep.
Just keep living. Like,
Yep.
go to sleep, you wake up, it's a
Yep.
new day.
Yep.
Put one foot in
Yep.
front of the other. You fucked up today, excuse my language. You messed up
Right.
today,
Yep.
it'll be fine tomorrow.
It'll be fine tomorrow.
It'll be,
Yep.
no one will even be thinking about that in a week from now. Like,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
just keep living. Don't
Mhm.
get caught up in the
Good.
small things that could throw you off track.
Mhm.
Just keep living.
Mhm.
Keep living. We are humans, we are beings, we are learning
Yeah.
daily how to walk on
Yeah.
this road. Like,
Yeah.
I'm learning every day how to be a better wife, how to be a better mother, how to be a better friend, how to be a better sister, how to be a better
Mhm.
daughter. Like, don't hold me to nothing, because the way my mental health is set up, I might be here one day, here the next.
Mhm.
But I have
Mhm.
to just keep living.
Yeah.
I have to keep moving forward. The moment I stop or start going backward, that's when I'm in trouble. I
You're
have to
right.
keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I can't let my business define me. If it
Mhm.
starts weighing me down, gotta
Yeah.
move forward.
Got to move forward.
I have to move forward. I'm not going to be bound by anything. Like,
Anything. Mhm.
I have to move forward. If it is a relationship, a friendship, and it's just
Mhm.
not, mm,
Mhm.
you know what? This is no longer serving me. And I don't think
Yeah.
it's serving you. I
Yeah.
love you and I wish you all the best, but I have to keep moving forward.
Yes. Mhm.
Like, that's the simplest advice that my grandmother gave me, God rest her soul.
So
But it's
good.
been applicable to me in every area and aspect of my life.
Yes.
Just keep living.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is not going to look like today. Today don't look like yesterday.
Yeah.
Just keep
So
living.
good. So good. My dad's um brother used to say something similar, and I didn't have a relationship with my dad's side of the family because my parents were separated, and he kind of kept us from, that side of the family. But after he passed away, I was having a conversation with my brother Kurt, and he's like, Uncle Dory has paid this forward to me, and it's very similar to what your grandmother said to you.
Mhm.
And he said, if you can just keep putting one foot in front of the other, there's there's going to be some freedom right around the corner,
Right
you
around the
know?
corner.
Yeah, so it's like, but you just got to keep moving,
Yeah.
keep pushing. There's going to be a breakthrough around the corner, and
It's bound to happen.
it's bound to happen, right? It's bound to happen. It's just the key, like you said, is just to not get stuck into where you are, right? And to not look back into the past. It's just keep moving forward no matter what.
I think about Lot's wife all the time.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And God said, don't turn around and look back.
Yep.
And when she did, she turned into a pillar of salt.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I think about that as I think about just keep living, keep moving forward,
Yes.
keep moving
Yes.
forward. And exactly what you just said, just put one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
That's all we can do.
That's all
So
we
good.
can do. And if you look over your life and you think about those times that you thought would have killed you, that you thought would have broken you to the point of no
Yeah.
return. What
Yeah.
did you do? You went to sleep. You may not have
Mm-hmm.
gone to sleep. You may have stayed up and just stared at the wall all night, but you
Mm-hmm.
got up and you kept moving forward
Yeah.
until one day that situation was far behind you.
Yeah, far behind you.
That relationship was far behind.
Mhm.
That,
Mhm.
that situation, that occurrence, whatever it was, that mental health
Yeah.
breakdown, that you gotta keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Freedom is forward.
Yes. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Well, y'all, that's a wrap for episode 12. Please show some love to Tia in the comments. Please like and share this, because I can promise you that there is someone in your life who needed to be a fly on the wall in this conversation today. I needed this conversation today,
I did
right?
too. I did
Because
too.
we all got life in, okay?
Yes.
We all do,
And
okay?
like we said, don't let them pretty pictures fool y'all. And I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking
Yeah.
about anybody.
Yes.
Whoever you might be idolizing, whoever you might be
Yeah.
looking a little too long, just don't let it fool you. Life
Yeah.
happens for
Life happens.
everybody.
Everybody. That's right. That's right.
Mm,
So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching today. For those of you that are watching on replay, you're truly going to be blessed by this conversation today. And Tia, I love you. I
I love
appreciate
you.
you.
I
Thank you
love you.
so much for blessing the audience of the Liberation Lounge today. And y'all, we will be releasing these episodes on YouTube, on my YouTube channel at April Joy Empowers, effective next week. So if you missed any of these episodes, you will be able to catch them on replay for live on YouTube at April Joy Empowers, which is the channel. And I look forward to seeing all of you next week for another episode of the Liberation Lounge. Tia, thank you so much. Have a blessed,
Yeah.
blessed day.
Thank you
And
for
we look
having
forward
me.
to
I
seeing
love you.
y'all. Love you. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. Take care and bye for now.